Staring here, looking out my window. The nights are long, and I don't have you. How can I be so damn demanding? I'm missing you. Yeah, good morning, YouTube. I love YouTube. I really do. So I wasn't going to do a video, but this topic from Instagram, I'm not really on Instagram. I'm kind of like off and on every now and again, whatever. I'll look at it or whatever. And a topic surfaced, and I thought it was very interesting. So I said, why not talk about it? And I want y'all to comment, like, and subscribe. Your girl is at over 600. I feel like it's dragging, but I still do videos. I'm still going to do videos. I'm like more of a short video type of a person. My son encouraged me to do TikTok. I don't know if I'm going to make a TikTok, but hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to 1,000, right? We already at 600 and what, 22 of y'all? Let's get to 700. By the end of the week, I want to get to 700. Let's get to 1,000. That's what I'm hoping for by the end of the year, that I'll get to 1,000. But today's topic, a woman was talking like, saying that she overheard her husband. I don't know if it was her husband or her friend's husband, but I think it was her husband saying that he was not attracted to her anymore. And I wanted to break down, what is attraction? What is attraction? For me personally, and I can only speak with my own experience, people, the men I've dated, they always say I'm beautiful, whatever. Even plenty of men who want to date me and I didn't want to date them. Everybody says, you're beautiful. I'm a beautiful person inside and out, da 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 da. And guess what? I've been treated like crap before and cheated on. So I said that to say this. The lady was talking about her husband wasn't attracted to her. And in the comments, of course, some of the men were saying, well, you need to look in the mirror and maybe you're not the same woman he married. He obviously was attracted to you if he married you. Not always so. You got some people who get married because if the girl ends up pregnant, they feel obligated. Like, oh, I gotta marry her. Just because a man knocks you up, that does not mean that he's attracted to you. It just means that you were physically available for him to... One thing my father used to say is a man must go to the bathroom, right? And that's the same thing with sex. A man must have sex. A man has to relieve himself, right? So just because he's sleeping with you and impregnates you, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that he's healthy and his sperm healthy and y'all made a baby. And a lot of the times, a lot of men, they don't get married because they're attracted to the girl. It could be because she's pregnant. So right then and there, he resents her. Or in some cases, I wanted to talk about this, he could chase you, and still treat you like crap. Because let me tell y'all, I'm going to use myself as an example. So I think I told y'all about my ex or whatever. And I just feel like not everybody I dated, but him in particular, I feel like he was never really into me. I feel like, and I wrote this in my subscriber diaries when I sent it to Lacey Moir. She calls herself Lacey Moir on YouTube, and she read my story finally. But yeah, he didn't like me. It's just the fact of his friends and family said I was good for him. I was a good woman. And the day that we met, it was like a low-key competition. There was two other guys there. Another guy was trying to holler at me. And so when he saw that, that's what piqued his interest. Like, oh, okay. Remember I told y'all men are very competitive. So if with most men, not all, but most men, if they see that other men are interested in you, they become interested in you. It's not because they like you, but it's because you're on demand. That's how people are with, and especially a man with low self-esteem. That's how he is with everything. It's like, oh, like one thing he used to say, I was like, you keep putting yourself in debt. You don't ever save no money. And he dead was like, oh, everybody else is in debt. I was like, what that got to do with you? I'm not in debt. I know how to consolidate my bills and pay things on time. But he was a very monkey see, monkey do type of a person. Very much so. He admitted that he got his car because it made him feel better as a man. I can't make this up. But the only reason why he tried to talk to me is because other niggas was trying to talk to me, right? That's the only reason. And through the time that we was together, he knew that men found me attractive. So this is why my ex felt like, oh, okay, whatever. But he did a lot of things to indicate he wasn't really all that interested. It's like he was interested, but it was like, eh. And likewise for me, I wasn't really all that interested in him either. He was attractive physically, and this is what I wanted to talk about. For me personally, and I can only speak for myself, you could be a very handsome man. You could look like Boris Kodjoe. You could look like Morris Chestnut. If you do not carry yourself in a certain way, I lose interest and attraction, right? I'm not gung-ho about looks. There's a lot of men that I've turned down that were handsome. A lot. Because their character was messed up. Their personality was weird. Like, for real. There's a lot of handsome. From the time I was young, I was turning down handsome dudes. And people be, oh, but he's cute. Yeah, but he don't know how to hold a conversation. He lies about everything. He this, he that. So I was never gung-ho about looks. What captures my attention is swag. So my recent crush, I met him 3 years ago at work. He's handsome. But what really got to my attention is his intelligence and the way he would talk at work. That's what really got me. Like, ooh, okay. But for me, if you don't have substance, that's what makes me lose attraction. And I feel like with some men, some men are shallow, but I think a man could lose interest in you or attraction and you could look like Jennifer Lopez. If you carry yourself in a way as a weak woman, or you carry yourself as a woman that you want a man to do everything for you, or you carry yourself in a way of just certain things he don't like, he could lose attraction. I remember my mother said, and I believe her, she said as soon as the plane landed from their honeymoon, they went to Disney World for their honeymoon, my father started acting funny style. Because when I was little, and it's just so funny how most men be like, oh, shorty need to look at herself in the mirror and start, changing up her diet and lose weight. If you lose attraction for someone as a man, most of the time it's you, because there's plenty of women who get cheated on that look good, that's slim. So that's not the reason why a man loses attraction. Sometimes a man could lose attraction because his friends are jealous of him, and his friends are saying negative stuff about his wife, and instead of him putting them in their place, he's falling for it. Oh, well, she don't cook every night. She only cook when she wants to. Or she's in school now. Da-da-da-da. So little things like that. He's trying to make up stuff in his head to make himself not attracted to her. Like, men will really sit there and make up a whole narrative of something that don't exist. It's true. So it's not always looks. And in the comment section, I wasn't shocked, but I'm like, wow. Like, A man loses attraction to something that he picked, and it's the woman's fault. How so? Like, and my mom said how my dad started acting weird as soon as they got married. Like, as soon as they got married, long before I was born. So that was long before she gained weight. He was leaving her home at night. He was threatening to divorce her. All this stuff, but she was still slim. So obviously, when he got the prize, he got bored, you know. And that happens in a lot of relationships and or marriages. You know, you could look the same and a man could change on you because he never wanted you in the first place. It was just a competition with him. I'm telling you. Because if you really like someone, like if you genuinely like someone, even if they change on you in any way, your feelings is not going to flip like that. It's not. It's not. You still going to like that person for who, that's if you actually like them, right? That's just like in a friendship, right? Somebody might start acting weird. I don't know. Let's say if you've been best friends with someone for like 5 years, right? Y'all go everywhere together. Y'all talk on the phone. Y'all real best buds. You're not going to stop being friends with them because they make one mistake or they do something. And if you do, that shows that you was never really friends with them, right? Like, because that's what I went through in my own friendships. Like, they claim I did one little thing, something so petty, and I told y'all about in a previous video, and they like, oh, no, that shows you was feeling some type of way all along, because it's no way. It's no way. And it's the same thing with men. So what if she gained a little weight? Why would that make you not want to be with her anymore? As long as she didn't gain no 200 or 300 pounds. You know, if she gained 20, 40 pounds, who cares? Like, that's just, as long as her stomach is not protruding like this, like, what is the problem? I feel like some men will, like, find any excuse to try to justify their actions, their infidelities. So that's why I'm like, you know, it's just a bunch of nonsense, really. But that's the question of the day to my ladies and my fellas. What is it that will make you lose attraction for a man? Now, for me, what made me lose attraction for my exes is lying. That's number one for me. If you start lying to me about dumb shit, I'm going to start looking at you in a different light. Number one. Number two, inconsistency. If you was consistent before we was going out on dates, we was good, then all of a sudden you busy, that's going to make me drift. That's going to make me like not attracted to you. For me, I can't speak for no other woman. The lying, inconsistency. Another thing that will make me lose attraction is smells. Like, we're all human and whatever. But if I know you just took a shower and you come out and your private parts are smelling like fish, and then it smells like fish again and again and again, for me personally, that's when I start to lose interest in attraction. And then my thing is, if I'm telling you about the smells and you still don't do nothing about it, to me, it's a sign of disrespect and it shows you don't care. Now, some of y'all might be looking at this and laughing, but it's really not funny. It's like, you know, if somebody tells me about myself, I'm not going to take offense. I'm going to just, yo, Chris, da-da-da. It happens. We all human, right? If your partner, even, you know, regardless if, especially if you're in a relationship, this is my thing. Somebody's telling you like, yo, your stuff is kind of smelling you as a man, if you care about your woman, you going to be like, oh, okay, my bad. You would right then and there go into the bathroom and handle your business, right? And you would make sure that you never smell again if you actually care about your partner and yourself. That's how I see it. Like, if somebody tells me, yo, Crystal, da-da-da-da, I'm going to handle my business. I'm not going to want to I would, first of all, I'm going to feel a little embarrassed, but I'm going to thank the person like, oh, okay, whatever, whatever. You don't do that. I just feel like that's a sign of disrespect when your woman is telling you like, yo, your parts or whatever is stinking. You need to handle that. And then you come back and you still stinking. Like, no, that's not right, because it just shows you just don't care. You just don't give a damn. And then like that's what really ticked me up with my last two exes. Like I told them, so whatever. My last ex, he wasn't consistently stink, but he would stink every now and again. And I'm like, yo, I told you about your feet 2 weeks ago. Why does your feet stink again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it shows that you're slipping and you don't care. Because why should I have to deal with that? I can get a nigga who smells good. I can get So that's, for me, that would make me lose attraction. Smells, bad teeth, right? What else? Lying, inconsistency, knowing the reason why you really got with me. Yeah. So for me, it's other things beside looks that would make me lose attraction. And I'm sure for men lose attraction for different reasons too. If you're overbearing and bossy, that's a turnoff. Like I told y'all about the subscriber Renee Beauty's Irene. She did so many things that was just a turnoff. Like, one thing I hate about people, whether you male, female, whatever, don't make me drink. Like, if I don't feel like drinking, if we out and I don't feel like, just like tonight, right? I'm going to karaoke and then after I'm going to a party. I may or may not drink because I'm going to a party tomorrow. So the way I see it is, I'm not the type to drink back to back. Like, unless if I'm like on vacation or something. And even then I keep it to a minimum, So I'm not really a drinker. Like, I'll drink, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in Miami, I drank every day. We was only there 3-4 days, but yeah, I had like a martini for breakfast in the morning, and I'm on vacation, right? But like, if I have a weekend where I'm partying back to back, like this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so I'm partying back to back. I don't think I'm gonna be drinking like that. Like, I might, but like tonight I'm going to the Brooklyn Academy of Music. They're actually having a free party, right? I'm going with my friend. They're not gonna have the liquor that I want anyway. They're not gonna have, may or may not. I went to a museum party before, and all they really had was sangria and wine. Now, no, not throwing no shades of sangria, but I might want a margarita. I might want a tequila. You feel me? Like, I might want a vodka and something else, vodka and pineapple. They don't have that in these places, right? So I'm a type of drinker. If you don't have what I want, I'm not settling. Like, that's just how I am. Like, and now that I'm a little older, if I got a taste for something, I'll just go to the grocery store to look at, like, for the very first time in my life recently, around my birthday, I was like, it's my birthday, whatever. I had a drink at dinner at my birthday. But I had a taste for Bailey's. I was like, yo, I have a taste for Bailey's. So I went to the liquor store and got me a little bottle. I still got some left, all these months later. And yeah, like, I want what I want when I want it. That's just how I am with liquor or anything else. But I'm not gonna really drink tonight because I know that they don't have real bartenders at these spots, like museums and stuff like that. And then this one is the Brooklyn Academy of Music. They don't really have liquor like that. Like, they're gonna have wine. They're not gonna have what I want. So I probably won't drink tonight, right? So yeah. But yeah, so what was I saying? I was talking about Memorial Day weekend. But yeah, with guys, they just, you know, a lot of guys don't know what they want, basically. You could be their dream girl and they can still find a reason to complain or whatever, whatever. And I've been through that. And for me, when I lose attraction, everybody's different. So the lady was like, oh, she asked a friend of what she would do. And she's like, oh, she would try to come up, she would go to therapy by herself and all this stuff. And this is what's wrong with society. If you overhear anything, you should have a conversation with the person. I know we all guilty of it. We overhear something and we just run with it. But honestly and truly, you in a relationship, you married to this man and he says he's not attracted to you. A lot of people say things that they don't mean, literally. Like I could be talking to someone and I say something and I think about it like, oh, I didn't even mean what I said. I was just talking. Not even insulting them, but I could be talking about something else and I'm like, I didn't even mean to say that. Why did I, we all human. So I feel like in that instance, when he was telling this person he wasn't attracted to his wife, who's to say that he really meant that? Who's to say he really, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of us could overhear something and we hear it wrong. For real. Like, he could say the sky is blue, but you're hearing he like Blue's Clues. It happens. Like, you don't really hear everything he's saying, right? You could hear wrong sometimes. The only way that you know that you heard correctly is if you're sitting very close to the vicinity and you can hear every word. There's times when I've told people straight up, like, yeah, I overheard something, but I did not hear every single word. If you as a woman did not hear every single word, you shouldn't even be jumping to conclusions. You should if you think you heard something your husband said, sit down and talk to him. Like, I don't understand people these days. Sit down and talk to him. Like, hey, what's going on? Da da da. And you could feel it before he even says it to the next person. You could feel if he's attracted to you or not. Does he make time for you? Does he want to talk to you? Little things like that, you could tell, like, if something's missing in your relationship. You don't need to overhear anything, right? And if he's treating you right and he just up and said that, you would ignore it because it's like, right? You would ignore it because it's like you just know it's not true. But the fact that you overheard him say it and then you feeling away, that means he probably was treating you like crap. And that was just confirmation. Because if I'm with a guy and he's making me feel like he's attracted to me, but then I'm hearing something else, I don't even know what I would do. But I'm definitely wouldn't want to break up. I would want to talk about it first, at least, So that's all I wanted to say. Attraction is important. Most of us think that looks is so important, but it's not. I'm sure I'm not the only woman out there that have turned down a guy that was looking very good, but his personality turns you off. And I want you to comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me, ladies, in a time that a guy was fine and you turned him down. We've all done it. And men do it too. Looks ain't everything. Somebody could look like J-Lo, but if they can't read and they never worked, would you want to date them? No. You want somebody with sense. You want somebody look good, but they can't cook or clean. They good for, like, in the play, Why Did I Get Married, right? He got married to the girl. She started running up his credit. She didn't cook. She didn't clean. She didn't do anything. And he started to regret it because, yeah, she looked better and she was slimmer and prettier, but she was good for nothing. All she was good for is laying on her back. Men don't want that. Men want somebody who can at least, if you're not going to, like, work in real life, you could work at home. You could be a housewife at least. That's the least you could do if you're unemployed. Not just shopping every day. No man in his rightful mind wants that. Somebody running up their credit. That's very unattractive. And that man will do, would cheat on you too and whatever. And you could be everything to a man. You could be his financial analyst, his nurse. You could cook and clean. You could do everything, and he still could cheat. So it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I used to think like that when I was little, like 9, 10 years old. Like, oh well, this happened because she got fat, and but no, it's not until you have your own experiences to be like, okay, I know I did everything I was supposed to do and then some, and still got treated like shit. So obviously it's not on you. That person has their own insecurities and things going on. If a person is insecure and they don't feel worthy of you, they're gonna do stupid shit. Just like Jay-Z said it. He said he didn't feel like he was worthy to be with Beyonce. He got low self-esteem. That's why he cheated on her, right? So we don't know what type of wife she is, and everybody was like, oh, how could he cheat on her? Like, she's an entertainer. We don't know what she does at home. We have no clue, what type of partner she is. But you could be everything to a man and he could still, go out there because of his own insecurities, because of his own issues that have nothing to do with you. But yeah, that's the question of the day. What is your deal breaker, or what makes you unattracted to your partner? And those are my thoughts.